Hello, Courage to Change, June 10th. Where is the time going? I don't know. June 10th, when it came time to actively pursue the 8th step, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all, I stopped dead in my tracks. I knew of quite a few people I had harmed, but I was absolutely unwilling to even consider making amends to some of them. My sponsor suggested I divide my list into 3 categories: those to whom I was willing to make amends, those who I might make amends, and those whom I would absolutely not ever make amends. When I finished, I started step 9 by making amends to those on the first list. The amazing thing was that as I proceeded, I found some of the names from my maybe list shifting to my willing list. In time, even some absolutely not people appeared on my maybe list. Eventually, it became easier to make amends when to absolutely not people. My reward? Some renewed friendships and family ties. More importantly, an ability to face the new day without guilt because I had owned up to my responsibilities. Today's reminder: I will not let myself be stopped from taking step 8 or step 9 because I can't do it perfectly overnight. I will let myself be where I am today. I do what I'm able to do. I love this reading. You know, this is part of the steps. And I like this suggestion that this sponsor made in here. You know, I usually tell people we're going to do this step. And it's easy. The list is easy because it really comes from doing your previous steps. So you're not just coming up with names out of the blue. Okay? And you want to make sure you do these steps in order. All right? You don't want to jump ahead and try to start making amends. Don't do that. And the reason you're doing it is to clean your side of the street. You might not renew any friendships. You know, it says in there, maybe renewed friendships and communication. Maybe not. But you will feel better. And you can walk a proud, free person on this planet and not have to duck down another aisle if you run into somebody in the store. It's a freedom. It really is. And it helps shift your perception. Okay? It helps you from stopping to be the victim, if you can take some responsibility. So this is a process that happens in the steps. But when you get to this one, I usually tell people when they say, I'm absolutely not doing that, I'll say, are you willing? Are you willing to do it? No. Are you willing to be willing? Can you pray for the willingness to be willing, to be willing, to be willing, to be willing? To consider it? Like, all we need is that little crack again, right? Just a little willingness here. And I like how they said it, because once you get going, you realize it's not that big a deal. You feel better. Let's get this done. This is part of the process. Okay? So I like this. I like this idea. I think I might use this idea. Make, 3 columns. And let's just start with the first ones that you're okay with. Let's just start with that. Let's start somewhere, right? And if you're new to this whole thing, let's just start with step 1. I am doing that step group. A lot of you are waiting for the information on that. Hopefully you've ordered the book. If you're interested in doing that step group with me for, I'm going to call it, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. We're going to go through the Al-Anon 12 steps, and we're going to go through the principles of Al-Anon and the suggestions. We're going to do a little workshop out of it and get people a real solid foundation, a real program of recovery for the families and friends of alcoholics and addicts. So I'm trying to think of a short, snappy name for it. I don't want to call it Al-Anon because it's not Al-Anon. We're using the Al-Anon program, but it's not an Al-Anon group. It's going to be a little workshop where we go through the steps and talk about Al-Anon and then get you off to an Al-Anon group where you can get some more support. So it's a little intensive for people that want help, for the families and friends. So if you think of a great name, please let me know. And if you want to do it, DM me, message me, comment on this, and let me know that you want to do it so I can make sure you get the Facebook group link when it's done today. And then you might want to look at what you need to get is that how, I don't have it with me, but I've posted on this before, how Al-Anon works for families and friends, for friends and family, how Al-Anon works. It's a blue book, and a lot of people who are going to do this with me said, I already own this book, right? This is fantastic. I already have it. You can order it. You can get it from Barnes & Noble. You could probably, just Google it and it'll come up. How Al-Anon works for family and friends. Anyway, I'm excited to do it, but we're going to start at step 1. So this isn't even a step we're going to get to yet, but all the way through these steps, you need willingness. Open-mindedness, willingness, and honesty. Bring those 3 to the table. We'll whip this out and you will be feeling much better. You will have a shift in your perception and a new way to live. Have a great day, you guys. Want to hear your comments on this. I love this idea.